You have your own Epiphone guitar. How did this come about? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Um,
You look like
well,
I just like gave you news. You're like, oh.
no, it's like it's crazy because every time I hear it, I'm like, I don't know. It's like this disconnect almost, like where I feel like I am versus when I hear, oh, that happened. I keep trying to get to a point where I feel like those are the same person, you know.
Might never
um,
happen, but it did
yeah,
happen. But like the
you're
guitar player.
right. Well, I've been working with Gibson and Epiphone for a while, and then my um rep in Austin, Cody Allen, flew my band and I out to Anaheim for the NAM conference. And she was like, "You're gonna play in front of the Epiphone and Gibson people, like go." I was like, "Okay." So we did. And then I guess that was it. I mean, it was like kind of right place, right time. And then also, I think at that point, Epiphone had started to create this initiative where they really support and shine a light on emerging artists versus people who have made it like for years or whatever, and who are massive. And um so I think at that point it was like, oh yeah, no, this makes sense to do a signature for one, a woman, a gay woman, a woman who plays a Sheraton that isn't, not many people play a Sheraton. So I think those things kind of all combined is what led to it. And I mean, it's been great. Like, it's by no means a moneymaker for me, but it did allow me to quit my job. So, like, dude, I'm all for it. Like, let's
Ooh.
go. Yeah. Yeah. My my
What?
my job at the music store.
Yeah. What were you looking for in the guitar? Like what did you want? What were you trying to design?
Ooh, I was trying to make the Sheridan more streamlined. So the Sheridan is massive and the headstock is massive. And I mean, I love that guitar, but I also really wanted to kind of make my own version of it. So there's Diamond F holes, which, historically are only in the Trini Lopez and the Dave Grohl models. And those guitars are so expensive. Like, you know, not everyone can walk into a music store and pick one of those up. It's just like, nobody, like, who's going to drop 10 grand on this? So I saw an opportunity there to give Epiphone players Diamond F holes. Because one, I wanted them. Two, um, like, there's not an Epiphone, semi hollow out there with Diamond F holes yet. So I was like, this could be a really cool thing to do. So the headstock is smaller too. And then there's a 3 knob configuration instead of a 4 knob. So like on the regular Sheridan, there's, 2 volumes, 2 tones. But I can't ever reach that fourth one down there because I'm like 5'4" and that thing is huge. So like I just put like three knobs. So there's a master tone and 2 volume knobs. And let's see what else. It's like a kind of a matte black finish on the first version, and then aged gold hardware and lightning bolt inlays. And then the second one is just white. It's the same guitar, just like a aged bone white finish.
Wow. I mean, it sounds awesome, and sounds easier to play. I like the idea
It
of like
is.
streamlining something rather than just like how many things can I fit on this. You're like, no,
Yeah,
I know what I like about it,
great.
and I just want something simpler for me for what I actually need.
Yeah, and I was tempted, when somebody's like, "Hey, what kind of signature guitar?" I'm like, "Should we do a kill switch?" And then it's like, I don't, I don't need a kill switch. But it's like I could have done, a lot of different things, but I was also kind of thinking about it in a way that's like, as someone who's worked at a music store, whenever we would get guitars in, like from a shipment, and there would be a signature guitar that just had a ton of shit on it, I was really put off by it. And I didn't want people to experience that with this guitar. I wanted them to walk in and be like, oh, this is like just bare bones what I need. Like, let's go, Because to me, I would rather someone go to a show because of the music I make versus the guitar I'm playing. And I wanted other people who are in bands and artists to experience the same thing. Like, I don't want this guitar to be the shining light of your show. I want you to be the thing of your show. So, and that's kind of why it's called the Stealth. The black one's called the Stealth because it's there and it's going to support your stuff, but it's not going to get in the way of you. And so the white one is just a more like a brighter version of that.